Welcome back, everybody. Welcome to RADBMX Builds. I'm Sean, the owner, and on this episode, we got some really rad stuff. We're gonna go over a bunch of things that are happening. I need to get you caught up, but we're also gonna be giving you a review of the brand new 50th anniversary Mongoose FS1. That's right, originally released in 1986. I got the 50th anniversary that just came out, and they're already sold out in the first day. I got the lavender one, and they also come in a very beautiful bright green. I'm a big fan of the lavender, and I'm gonna go over this bike, the good, the things I would change, and the things I'm gonna do to it, because I'm never gonna leave anything stock. That's what we do here. I'm not a purist, I'm a builder. I like to customize bikes, so we're gonna go ahead and talk about some of the stuff that the bike comes with and some of the stuff that we're gonna do. Okay, I left this Mongoose in pure raw form, how it would come if you bought it and you pulled it out of the box and put it together. Honestly, I didn't even want to put it all together because I'm taking off several of these parts in order to customize this bike. But I wanted to show you what it looked like, so I went ahead and did it anyway. I put all the parts and pieces on it. I made sure I used the owner's manual. No, I didn't. I know how to do this, so it's no big deal putting it together. But I recommend that you use that owner's manual if you don't know how to do a gyro and if you don't know how to do basic mechanics on a bicycle. And a lot of you don't. I've seen it in the posts. I've seen it in Facebook and people asking very simple questions. And if you don't know those things, make sure you have a mechanic, a bike shop, or you read the owner's manual in order to put these bikes together. I feel stupid for saying that, but honestly, it needs to be said. And if you really aren't doing this on a regular basis, it can be confusing, some of this older technology. If you do it enough, it seems real easy. If you haven't done it for a long time, it seems real wild and kind of insane how mediocre it really is. But I left everything on: reflectors, chain guard, stickers. So let's go over this bike. 100% stock, still has the plastic on the grips and on the tires. Okay, my first impression. I love the balance of the lavender and white. I think it came out really good. But everybody that got one has this exact bike. And if you remember back when you were a kid, you never left your bike stock. You customized it in one way or another. It could be wheels, grips, pedals, seats, pads, number plates, a million different things. So check out these grips. They're a mushroom style grip. I'm gonna be swapping those out for sure. The brake levers, cables, and calipers are very basic. They're nothing special. Probably gonna wanna swap those out for some die comps here in the future. And they used that center pole brake on the bottom there, very similar to the 87 GT Performer. And that was just kind of the rage back then on these freestyle bikes, is dropping that brake underneath. Also because in the Mongoose, they use this arch right here to put their foot on when they did tricks. So they removed the brake, got it out of the way by putting it down there. Okay, I wish this was a loop tail bike. It's not. That would have been really cool. That would have been something that I would have liked more. And I'm gonna do a lot of that while we're going over this, things I would have liked to see more of. Now, in 1986, when they came out with this had the rotor, the ACS rotor, and on this one they have a version, it's basically the gyro, the Odyssey gyro, but it's not labeled or anything. They seem to work the same. They did add a spacer inside here, which is interesting. And also something interesting, the spacing back here between the hub and the fork is pretty ginormous, and I don't quite know why, but that's something they did. I do like that they added some graphite wheels. They're not Skyway, they're nothing name brand. So, you know, I might have gone with some white Skyway wheels on this, or even a color. I don't know, it's up to you. That's part of your imagination. They got a Gumwall freestyle street tire on here, which is pretty cool. I really love the forks, how you can put the pegs up here or down here, depending on your riding style. I just wish they would have done a more retro peg instead of a new style peg. So again, I would have upgraded the brakes. I would have done something different with the pegs and these These pedals are very plasticky. I'm probably going to upgrade these. You wouldn't want a pedal to break on you. And I get it. I know why they do these things. They got to keep the price down so you can get this bike. These were, I believe, selling for $549 on the website, which is a steal for this bike. So if you got one, you know what I'm talking about. The quality of the paint, the bike, everything is amazing. They just saved money on some of the parts and components, which is fine because you can swap those out real easy. It did come with an OG style Dominator seat, which I'm probably going to be swapping out for something else. A no brand white seat post clamp. And in the rear, the same thing with the pegs. They did a one-piece crank. Sorry about that, I hit the camera. One-piece crank, a white spider, and almost a Haro type chain ring. And I'm going to be changing a lot of this out as well. I really love the graphics and colors. They killed it with that, with the, I mean, it just looks so good. The quality as well is so good in the paint. Something kind of funny. For assembly purposes, you can see the sticker back here. It says rear. That would probably have to come off immediately, along with some of the warning stickers that they put on new bikes. So yeah, some things you're just gonna have to do. And when I assembled the bike, I had no issues putting it together. You just have to know how to connect the upper gyro cables and then the front brake cable that comes up through here and around. In order to actually attach it to the lever, I needed to do some adjusting down here on this side, but it was very easy to do. Again, if you don't know how to do any of that, take it to a bike shop or someone that knows how to put bikes together. Okay, that's it. The 50th anniversary Mongoose FS1. Tell me what you think down below. I think it's pretty rad. Overall, very impressed, Mongoose. You did a great job bringing back yet another retro bike. They already do the Super Gooses. Now they're doing the Mongoose FS1. And Mongoose, if you're watching this, let's see a decade next in Malibu Mint, pretty please. Because if it's going to be similar in quality and style as this, I absolutely am going to want to get one of the decades. And I'm really hoping it's in Malibu Mint. If they don't do it in that, at least white. Okay, Sean, that's me. What are you going to do to this bike? What are you going to do to make this different than everybody else's? Well, you're really going to have to stay tuned. And it's probably going to be in a very soon upcoming video. Probably not the next one, and I'm going to tell you why in a moment. But very soon. I've already ordered a ton of parts for this bike. I want to make it an individual bike to me and not looking like everybody else's bike. So I've already ordered the parts. Make sure you subscribe if you want to see the follow-up video to me customizing this bike and making it original and to my satisfaction of how I would want it to look if I was able to go to a bike shop and spend some money and then put it into my bike. I think that's going to be a lot of fun. Now, what's happening? You can see a Skyway here in the background, and I can't really talk about that right now. It will not be for sale. It will never be on the website. This is a very special build going to an insanely rad person, and I'll talk about that later in another video as well. And you're not going to want to miss that. Trust me, you will not want to miss that video. So make sure you're subscribed to see not only the finished bike, but the reveal of that beautiful Skyway TA. Okay, what else are we working on here in the shop? Man, lots of stuff. Check out this lighting I got. Woo, got some really cool lighting put in the shop. Also, I had a birthday. I turned 53, so definitely getting older, but my son got me this amazing Oakley style display cabinet, which is really rad. And I was able to put a bunch of parts in it, stems, brakes, pads and cables, put some camera equipment up there on top. So that was a really excellent birthday gift. I was really happy about that. We added some lighting up in here. We added a bunch of stuff to the back walls, put a TV in here. Of course, RAD is on. So put some GTs up top, my two 1989 GTs. One's a Mach 1 and one is a Pro Series. Now I want you to keep that in mind. These are the same year, 1989 GT Mach 1 and 1989 GT Pro Series. Okay, So I have the Mach 1 and Pro Series of the same year. Now, check this out. My 1987 GT Mach 1. Okay, 1987, right? Keep that in mind. You saw the colors? Coming up next, my 1987 GT Pro Series to match that white and blue Mach 1. So I don't know why I'm going through this phase where I'm collecting one of each in that year, but that's what's happening right now. I'm pretty excited about it. I shipped that bike off to Ernie's 80s Bike Shop for a full frame, fork, handlebar, and seat post restoration and powder coat. The bike needed some love, and I sent it to him because he's who I trust the most to do restoration work, and his powder coating is exceptional. Okay, I also picked up a 1983 Diamondback, mostly OG in this chrome and blue. I traded my neon yellow 1991 GT Mach 1 for it, and I've already bought a bunch of parts for this bike as well because I'm going to be changing out some stuff. And there is my all original 1983 Diamondback Silver Streak. So now I have two of them. Both 1983s, both silver streaks, one in blue and chrome, and then an all OG black and chrome. So got some duos here, put a little work into this one, and then we'll do a photo shoot and maybe a video about them and maybe sell them. What do you think? Should I sell those? I know most of you be like, yeah, sell it. Are you really the one that's gonna buy it? Probably not. They're not cheap either. Those things, one, cost you a lot of money to buy, cost you a lot of money in parts to fix up. So, you know, people are like, yeah, sell it. And you're not getting that bike extremely cheap. And I just hate putting bikes out there that cost people a lot of money. I don't try to gouge people when I sell bikes. I try to do everything very fair. And speaking of selling bikes, I don't know why this is happening so often and how people don't realize it yet, but I don't sell bikes on any platforms whatsoever, just my website only. My social media has been duplicated time and time again, and people are using my name, people are using my photos, people are using my bikes and trying to sell them, and it's not me doing it. So if you don't find it on my website, I own the bike. It doesn't mean it's for sale. If it's not on the website, it's not for sale. If you see it on Instagram or TikTok or Facebook, and you think, hey, that's RADBMX Builds bike, he's selling it, go to the website. If it's not on there, they're a scammer, and I wouldn't touch them with a 10-foot pole. Block that account, report that account. It's happening to everybody. It's not just me. So please, please stop buying from these scammers on these social media platforms that are giving you a really crazy low price or saying you want a bike and just pay shipping. There's a million other scams out there going on, but I'm here to tell you, if it looks like my bike, if it looks like my account, I am not selling it on social media. You have to go to the website. It's the only place you can buy one of my bikes. Okay, this is your first time really seeing this bike, so I'm going to give you a little bit of information. This is a present from somebody to somebody, and I can't tell their names yet because it's a present. And I'm almost done building it. I am swapping out this headset with a chrome one because there will be no red anodized parts on this bike. So I'm waiting on that headset and a white stem to put on the bars and everything else. But I got a white spider, a white chain ring. These are Redline Flite cranks that have been powder coated white, a white Suntour style seat clamp, Skyway seat post, a white Velo seat, some white Bulldog brakes with white Skyway brake pads. Please never put colored brake pads on a white wheel. White on white only. Please don't mark up those wheels unnecessarily because it just looks like trash. So I did have to wait for a free wheel that just came in today. So I'm going to put the free wheel on. When I do that, I can put the chain on. And then all I'm waiting on, like I said, is the headset and stem that I can finish this bike off. Here's all the parts that I have. So a white die comp rear brake cable, a white and nickel chain. Here's the bars, grips, lever. So it's almost done. It should be a really rad bike when it's finished. If you remember, or you've been here long enough, I've already done one of these. I built an all-white Skyway and sold it. People loved that bike. It's actually, I think, my second largest viewed reel on Instagram. Speaking of Instagram, if you're not following me there, go over to RAD_BMX_builds and give us a follow. We're still trying to draw people in and grow that account. We're right about 137,000 followers on there. If you're one of them, thank you so much. I appreciate you. If you're not, that's daily content. If you want to see some of these old bikes and parts and pieces, so on and so forth, head on over there. Okay, one more thing. If you want hats, if you want shirts, if you want hoodies, because it's that time of year, stickers or anything else, head over to the website, click merch, and get yourself some really cool RADBMX Builds merch in different styles, colors. For example, go in there, click on a shirt, and then you'll see different colors of that shirt. Just don't think it's the white one they're showing, because it could be a black one. You can select different colors once you click on that item. Okay, thanks for that. I appreciate it. Let's check out something else. Okay, as you know, I'm a huge Radical Rick fan, and this is the bike and part of the display that it was at the BMX Hall of Fame in Tulsa, Oklahoma, and I brought it back recently. Well, we gave the mannequin a Radical Rick shirt. We went ahead and put the helmet on him, the goggles. It's basically an exact match of the helmet and mouthpiece. And this is the bike. I did peel off the decals, and I'm replacing them with new ones because for some reason they faded really bad, and it might have been the lighting it was under, the quality of the decals, so we're gonna fix that. And then I have a whole Radical Rick shrine, if you will, of all kinds of things in here. So posters, pictures, mannequins, backgrounds, display, so much more coming. And Damian Fulton, a rad dude, might be coming out here to Texas, along with, get ready for this, we are putting on an event with Dark Side Brick Oven Pizza Company here in Boerne, Texas. That's gonna be December 1st at the pizza place here in Boerne, Texas. It is a rad event, meaning we're going to have Bill Allen, AKA Crew Jones. We're gonna have Eddie Fiola, the Flying Banana. We're gonna have Mike Hollywood, Mike Miranda is gonna be there. I can't say any other names because they're not locked in yet, but I promise you there's gonna be even more people at this event. This is not a free just show up event. This is a red carpet event where you get in, you meet these guys, you have them sign stuff, you can buy merch, you can hang out, you can get photos with them, you can buy some pizza, buy some beer, hang out. We're gonna make a night of it. I'm gonna have a lot of my bikes there on display. It's gonna be a really rad time, and tickets are gonna be 50 bucks. They're going to be on the website, and I'm gonna show the flyer right here, and I'm probably gonna put the website down below, but it'll be on Dark Side Brick Oven Pizza's website. You'll be able to buy those tickets. If you are anywhere near or wanna fly to or drive to the Boerne, Texas area, which is northwest of San Antonio, you're not gonna wanna miss this event. It's gonna be insane. From today, it's 1 month away. Today's November 1st. Those are the names already locked in, and we're working on so many more. So we're wanting this event to just be astronomical. It's supposed to be huge, and we're gonna have a really rad time. So try to make it out to that. Mark your calendar now. I'm gonna update you with more later. Okay, here's some of the bikes in the showroom, and the red line over there is for sale on the website. Don't worry, some of these are probably gonna end up on the website very soon. And when I say soon, I don't know, whenever I feel like putting them on the website. People always say, why aren't your bikes on the website? You don't know how to run a business. That's no way to run a business if you have all these bikes and they're not all for sale. I hate to break it to you. I don't need to sell all these bikes. I'm also retired and have a retirement. This is basically a business, AKA a hobby that pays for itself. So I'm not trying to pay the mortgage with selling bikes. I don't need to sell these. I could essentially not sell any of them and be just fine. So when I'm done using a bike for content, When I feel like letting that bike go is when it ends up on the website, giving you or anybody else that opportunity to buy that bike. So if you want that red line, if you want that Diamondback, be patient. I'll post on Instagram, hey, the bike's for sale on the website, and let people know. So if you're not following me on Instagram, you should if you want to know when bikes go up for sale, because when they do, they go really fast. I just sold my 1979 Torquer. I just sold my 1990 GT Mach 1 like 2 days ago. So bikes are selling, but when they go up, they go fast. So I recommend following me over there on Instagram. If not, just keep checking the website. Maybe you'll get lucky. All right, I think that's gonna do it for now. Thanks for watching this, and I just wanted to get you all caught up, give you my first impression and review on the brand new 50th anniversary retro Mongoose FS1. It is an absolutely rad bike. If you got one, that's amazing. Let me know down below what color you got. If you didn't, I've already seen them on eBay for like $1,200, $1,500. They sold for $550, so keep that in mind. These people are just trying to flip bikes and rip people off. To each their own, I guess. That's not what I'm trying to do. I actually want to build this bike into a custom version of it. So make sure you're following along. Smash that subscribe button if you want to see those builds like the 87 Pro Series, the Mongoose FS1, the reveal of this Skyway, and so much more. Thanks again for watching, and as always, stay rad.